The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and today we're going to answer a question that a reader asked us about how a new spouse's income affects parental resources for the purpose of calculating child support for post-high school education expenses. So there's a lot to break down here, but the first issue we're going to explain is generally how child support works for post-high school education, non-minor educational expenses. And then we're going to go into the effect of parental resources on that. And then we're going to talk about how a new spouse for one of the parties impacts parental resources. So let's first talk generally about how child support works in Illinois. So we use an income shares model where economic tables determine how much child support is going to have to be paid by both parties. So not necessarily paid, but how much child support both parties are jointly responsible for. And then we take a look at each party's income relative to one another to determine how much child support is going to be paid from one party to the other. So the greater your income, if you're the child support payor, the more you're going to pay in child support generally. The greater your income, if you're the recipient, the less you're going to receive in child support. So that's what the income shares model is it takes into account both parties' income. So child support is required until the child reaches the age of 18 or graduates high school. And after that time, the court has discretion to award child support for post-high school education, but it's not an automatic thing. So before the child reaches the age of 18 or graduates high school, there's automatic child support according to the income shares calculations. After that point, the court has discretion to award it. So a person seeking child support for non-minor education expenses has to go into a court, and the burden is on them to show that the child support is appropriate. And one of the key factors that courts look at when determining whether post-high school education child support is appropriate is the resources of each parent. So that becomes not only a factor as to how much they're going to pay, but as to whether child support is even appropriate for post-high school education. The more resources the potential payor has, the more likely they're going to have to pay child support for post-high school education. So that gets us to the reader question of, does a new spouse for one of the parties impact the resources of the parent for post-high school educational expenses? And the answer is no. So when we're talking about parental resources, we're only looking at the incomes of the actual biological parents of the child. And the reason for this is that the new spouses, while they may in practice use their resources to care for their new spouse's child, they're not required to do so by law. They've got no legal obligation to the child of their new spouse. So only the biological parent has a legal obligation, so we only take into consideration their income. So the bottom line here is, if the potential payor marries someone with a great income, that doesn't make them more likely to be on the hook for post-high school educational expenses. If the potential recipient marries somebody with a great income, that doesn't make them less likely to be able to receive child support for post-high school education expenses. What we're looking at is the resources and incomes of the biological parents only, and the greater the potential payor's resources are, the more likely they are to be required to pay post-high school education expenses. And I should mention that that's not the only factor in determining whether these are going to be required. Another is the child's aptitude. So if the child has been flunking his way or her way through high school, they're not likely to receive child support for post-high school education if they haven't been taking school seriously up to that point. So that's that. If you have more questions, we're happy to answer them. Please leave them for us in the post at learn-about-law.com. There's a comment section below the post. If you would like, please feel free to call us at 630-324-6666. That's 630-324-6666 to schedule a free consultation. We offer free consultations in nearly every area of law, and we have offices all around Chicagoland for your convenience. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to us on YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Click the subscribe button for new videos every week, and download and review us on iTunes. Visit learn-about-law.com for other legal-related articles and videos. Visit our business podcast and video blog, seizeyourbusiness.com, and visit Making Real Estate Fun for real estate videos and podcasts. Call us at 630-324-6666 for a free consultation.